What is up, guys? Today I am going to be talking about the potential rematch between Todd Hutchings and Irakli Rematch. So these two have faced in the past. However, it was a couple years ago now at this point when they did face. As you can see here, this was May 21st, 2022. On that occasion, if I go up here and hit show result, on that occasion, you can see that Todd Hutchings was able to come out on top. As we see here, winner 3-0. Now, it was a 3-0 win. Todd definitely had to work for it. He didn't just roll right through Irakli, but Irakli just didn't have quite enough to stop the insane side pressure that Todd Hutchings has. Now, this match, again, this is 2.5 years ago now. So quite a bit has changed. I believe even though Todd is, how old is he now? 57. It's hard to believe. I think he's only gotten better, but certainly Irakli, 26 years old, he has only gotten better as well. So I think today we're going to look at three things, which is going to be the match that they had against each other in 2022. We're going to kind of just take a quick look at how those rounds went. And then we are going to look at their matches, their 2024 matches with Evgeny Prudnik. So these matches that they had with Prudnik were about a month apart. I do believe they can be a good comparison about where they're both at. I think it can give us some good intuition about where each of these guys are at and what chance they may have against each other now that some time has gone by. So July 6th, 2024 is when Prudnik faced Irakli, and Prudnik faced Hutchings August 10th. So almost exactly a month apart. So I think this is going to be a pretty good comparison. We're going to try to take a look at those matches and see what we can extrapolate from them, and if it can help us make any kind of predictions on how their next matchup is going to go. First, let's take a look at this 2022 match between Irakli and Todd Hutchings. Here we are, round one. And ready, go. Instant slip. No big surprise there, especially given how Irakli likes to pull into the strap. Round one. Okay, kind of comes to a stop in the center of the table. Irakli trying to top roll. Taking a little bit of risk, and just look at that. Look at that. When Todd decides to turn it on, he waits for his moment, and he just drives to the side with all his might. And it's just too much for Irakli to stop. Once he's in the strap, it's just too much. Round two, a little weird. Watch it again real quick. Oh, Irakli's a moment where he almost, I won't say he almost pins Todd, but Todd almost tries to readjust, and his elbow slides way forward, and Irakli had him a little bit close for a moment, but once they kind of readjust and the pressure equalizes, Todd again just applying that crazy side pressure, and it's just too much for Irakli. Even if he has a stronger pronator, it just doesn't matter when you're tied into someone and they're just driving to the side. So I do actually want to take back what I said about it not quite being super dominant. Now that I'm watching these highlights again, it's been a while since I've seen this match. That was pretty dominant from Todd Hutchings. There was that one moment where maybe Irakli seemed to have a little glimmer of something, but that was a dominant victory by Todd. He didn't really have a whole lot to worry about there. Now, again, reminder, this was 2.5 years ago. We're going to take a look at both of their matches against Evgeny Prudnik, which were Irakli's match was in July, and Todd Hutchings' match was in August, just a month apart. Okay, let's take a look at Todd Hutchings' match against Evgeny Prudnik in August of this year.
What an extraordinary
Round one, very basic slip. Round two, stop in the center. Evgeny's got his pronator, but again, Todd doing his work, not giving up center at all, and just too much side pressure. Prudnik unable to really have much purchase in that match at all. As we see, he's trying to hold on, and Todd just cool, calm, collected. Just too much. Too much side pressure. Right to the pad. You get this guy. You get a strap with this guy. It's scary. Oh, Todd! Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Was this like a? It was like a top roll attempt for like a second. I don't know if that was like he was just trying to have some fun there, but that was funny looking because you're not used to seeing that from Todd Hutchings. Almost seeing Todd Hutchings do like anything resembling a top roll to me looks hilarious. But he just defaults back to his just crazy driving side pressure. Again, he doesn't try to. They don't get the slip, and no strap even required this time. Just too much power. It doesn't even matter. Right down to the pad. Yeah, very strong. So impressive. Okay, they do get the slip. Decides to go back to the strap. Prudnik trying to win with his riser and pronation, and it just the containment and side pressure from Todd. It just isn't gonna matter. Driving, and then he gets the parallel pin and the pad. Yes, of course. Okay, so that was Todd Hutchings. Again, I would say fairly dominant victory. You know, he definitely had to work. It's not like he just completely steamrolled him, but there was never really much of a doubt after that round one as to what was going to happen there. So now let's take a look. Back this up a little bit. Irakli's match. Again, this was 1 month prior to the match we just watched. So very similar time frame here. Okay, very similar form. Prudnik.
A high knuckle attack from Evgeny.
Instant slip. There. No surprise there. Oh, okay. Just called a flash pin. I mean, that was extremely dominant. It looked like he didn't even feel Prudnik there. Very impressive from Irakli.
Do that at all.
Really just nothing.
I was saying
rolled right through. That was, I mean, to me, if you're Todd Hutchings and you're thinking about a potential rematch with this guy, that's maybe a little scary. Boom, easy, just stone faced, not even phased. Go, okay, top roll slip. Gonna go to the strap. Irakli looked very comfortable there before the stop. There's an elbow foul on Prudnik. They're gonna reset.
That looked like what?
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know quite what happened there. If that was if he fouled out or.
There's a big jump start in the second foul call. I used to hear from the
name is Milo.
Okay, again, not quite totally sure what happened there because it didn't look like he had any fouls, at least that they had marked, but maybe he did. Either way, 2-0 Irakli, and then just very easy top roll to take the 3-0 victory.
That's what I saw.
We'll get the little roar there. Okay, so obviously you could look at these two matches and say, wow, that was a lot easier for Irakli than it was for Todd. A couple things to consider. Even though this was only a 1 month difference, there certainly can be a difference in form of Evgeny Prudnik. Whenever you're talking about these top level guys, most of the time, the fact of the matter is PEDs are something that come into play that determine how strong someone is on the day of the competition. Okay, I do not believe by any means that the Evgeny Prudnik that showed up on this day was really anything like the one that showed up and fought against Devin Larratt, or even the one that pulled Todd Hutchings back in August 2022. As we can see here, 3-0 for Evgeny Prudnik. Now, I do believe at this time, Evgeny was taking a more aggressive cycle of performance-enhancing drugs. Okay, he faced Devin Larratt, and yes, Devin won that match, but if you go back and watch, it was not an easy day for Devin. He was made to work. Okay, maybe you can say in the end he made it look easy, but Devin Larratt was working in that match, and there is a noticeable, to me, noticeable size difference in Prudnik during that time than now. Don't get me wrong, he's a big dude no matter what. But if you look at the Prudnik that showed up and fought Devin Larratt and the one that fought Todd Hutchings in 2022, he's almost a shadow of that guy. So I don't believe he was at the prior peak that he's had back when he was, um, having those bigger matches and back when he fought Devin Larratt. So, and even with this 1 month difference between him facing Todd Hutchings and Irakli, there still could have been a difference in, the timeline of where he's at in his cycle. Did he just cycle off? Is he um, there's a lot of factors that can play into the condition that you show up on the day when PEDs are a factor. So I do believe that is something to consider. I don't necessarily think that we can just say that, oh, well, clearly Irakli had a much easier time than Todd Hutchings did. Therefore, bet the house on Irakli. I don't necessarily say that. However, I still do think this is a fairly valid comparison. It's the best we have, seeing as this was only 1 month apart between these two matches. That being said, I do strongly believe that this time Irakli is going to be too much for Toddzilla. However, I think it's going to be a phenomenal match. I'm very excited to see this. Again, I'm not quite sure this was confirmed as a match for an event. However, I do know this is what they were talking about after the last East versus West event, after Irakli beat Georgi Tautiev. It just seems like the logical rematch to make. Okay, both these guys are on a tear, and both of them beat Prudnik convincingly recently. I think it's a very sensible rematch to make, and I'm very excited to see it. I do think that Irakli has leveled up enough where he is going to contain those crazy hard hits to the side from Todd Hutchings. And I still think he's going to have to work very, very hard. But I do see this one going the way of Irakli. Don't get me wrong, I'm rooting for Todd Hutchings. He is my favorite arm wrestler. This guy's just such a badass. I mean, back in the day, WAL had to force him to go to super heavyweight because there was just no competition for him in his own weight class. He's 57 freaking years old, and he's beating up on 20, 30-year-olds. It's just incredible. This guy's a savage. He only seems to get stronger with age, which just defies logic. This man's amazing. I really hope he does come out victorious again. It would make me very happy. However, I do think that Irakli now has completely closed that gap and probably a little bit surpassed where Todd Hutchings is at. I don't know. We'll see. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below. But either way, thank you for watching.